What's up, YouTube? Do You Feel Lucky here, bringing you part 3 of my Project Gastly build log. I got the last of my fins and stuff that I ordered in the mail today, so it's a little late at night, but I'm getting around to it. I made the decision that basically I'm going to take the weekend to finish this build, so this is probably going to be over the next couple days, maybe just tonight and tomorrow, because knowing me, I'll probably just sit there tomorrow and completely finish this until it's done, but I figured I'd do an update, so there's probably not going to be videos on the channel for the weekend, which is, you know, unfortunate, but oh well. I'm sure you guys will understand. You know, I've got a project going on because I'm kind of taking parts from my old... I mean, I probably should have been a little bit smarter and just ordered a power supply for the new computer, but at the same time, like, it was a I've had it for less than a year, and it's a great power supply, so why bother? Whatever. I'll figure that out at a different point. But right now, I am getting ready to, let me switch around, install the water block onto the graphics card. Got my 1080. You see this is a GTX 1080 right there, if it would focus, because this camera is just terrible sometimes. And I'm getting ready to install the water block. I don't know if I'm really gonna time lapse this or anything, because honestly, it's gonna be kind of a pain in the ass to set that all up to do it. I think I'm just gonna, you know, start on this, get it all done, and let you guys know. If you need to know how to do this, I'll let you know how hard it was in the end for me, because like the first time I've ever taken apart a graphics card. So kind of intimidating, but I'll let you guys know once I finish it. I'll show you the update. And if you guys need to know how to do this, there's plenty of videos, just search it. I know J2Sense did a really good one on how to put a water block on the 1080, so just search his channel. I'm sure it's there. I'm sure if you find put a water block on the 1080, it's there. But mine's just the Founders Edition, just the water block, so shouldn't be a big deal. I know I've seen it before. If I need to, I can look it up, but the instructions from EK are pretty good. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna jump into this and I'll let you know how it goes in a little bit. All right, guys, I'm back. I finished putting the water block on the card and the back plate. It was a little intimidating, but it worked. I mean, I think it looks cool. I mean, it's all black now. It takes a little bit of effort. I mean, the EK's instructions are pretty good. I mean, I watched a video as I did to make sure I got all the screws and everything. Nothing too crazy. The biggest pain in the ass was like the thermal pads. I have some extra. So like this stuff that you put in to put on some like I'm assuming like the RAM and like different things you put in there. Not a big deal. It's just a lot of little screws. I mean, like you can see, these are all the stock screws right here. That's a ton of stock screws. Oh, and I included in these ones too. These hold down, this secures against the actual like chip on the inside of the graphics card. And then like I got a bunch of, EK gives you a ton of screws. I don't even know. I'm so confused though, because like I got like nuts and like different types of screws, but none of these are in the instructions from EK, so I have no idea what they're for, or if I'm completely missing something. I don't think I am. There's nothing that seems to be out of place. I mean, I know this is to tighten down the plugs, and I don't know what this is for, in all honesty. Like, this isn't really anything that I saw, but whatever. I don't think I did anything wrong. Everything seems to be secure. It looks good. I put all the thermal pads in place. I think I'm okay. But they just gave me, I don't know if they gave me extra stuff on accident or what, but whatever. It's a bunch of little extra screws. I'm just going to put it away in one of these baggies and put it back in the box. But I figure it gives you guys a quick update. Put the graphics card in. Now I'm going to put this in the computer, and then I'm going to start planning out my runs for, you know, obviously the tubing. This was the last thing I needed to do. And then I've got some other fittings and stuff, so I need to figure out how I'm gonna run everything. I've got, you know, I put the 2 fittings on here. I got the plugs in on either side, so we'll see what happens. Wish me luck, guys. All right, guys, I'll come turn back the camera on once I get everything cleaned up, and probably put this inside and show you guys. Maybe kind of once I get an idea. Okay, this is how I'm gonna run everything. I'll let you know. You guys know. Either way, I'll see you in a sec. All right, it's the next day, guys. I kind of went to town last night, and then a little bit again this morning. Sorry I didn't really record much of it, but I kind of just wanted to get it done and get it. I was experimenting with a lot of stuff, seeing how things would go. And as you can see, I bent my tubes. I put all the fittings in, did what I had to do, kind of figured out my runs. luckily it's not too complicated in the loop. I mean, I don't think I did too bad for my first time. I had some little mishaps because I messed up a couple times. I mean, I kind of screwed myself over with this bend because this was to here, but I screwed myself up because I ran out of tubing and I cut this one too short to go to here. So I ended up having to switch it around. So I had to make another bend because I had one that was, well, I had this one that I tried to re-bend, but it was just a perfect 90 that went perfectly in. But oh well, so be it. This one wasn't too bad, as I was thinking it was going to be, because it's just, you know, 90 in, up 90, you know, two different 90s on two different parts of it. Luckily I did end up buying this double 45 to kind of get this weird angle down out of the radiator down into the refill the res. So it's going to come out here, obviously, and this is my so it's going to flow this way. So it's going to flow clockwise. So it comes out here, and this is my drain if I ever needed to. It has the ball valve, and I capped it off just in case. So got this into here, around, up into the CPU, out of the CPU into the radiator, out of the radiator back into the res. Now all that's left is, well, I guess since the last time, man, I did a lot of stuff. I put the power supply in, I put all the hard drive in, I wired the computer up. I'm gonna unhook the power supply though. Well, I'm not gonna unhook the power supply, I'm gonna hook all the cables out of it. And it's time to fill the pump. So I'm gonna lay some paper towels here, 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 you know, everywhere. And then I'm gonna see, I'm crossing my fingers that it doesn't leak, that, you know, my fittings are good, I got everything pressed in right. I'm kind of worried about this one still, even though I cut it, you know, I still feel like I did it too short. I guess we'll see. Kind of worries me, but whatever. I don't think I can reuse. I might be able to actually reuse. I guess worst case scenario, I can reuse my bend that I didn't like as much and file it down a little bit if this leaks, but I guess we'll see. That's the one I'm worried about most. I think this one I'm worried about a little bit because it was a bit of a pain for this awkward ass bend. And if I don't, if I can't figure that out, so if this one leaks, I'm pretty much SOL. Because I would want to go back to this, but to do that I would need to remake this tube longer and switch them back around. And I need more PETG because I didn't buy it. I bought enough, just enough for me to mess up a few times and kind of experiment. But I thought the strips were longer, but they weren't. So we'll see. And like I said, these cables are temporary. So this one and this one, I mean, they look like crap, to be honest with you. And they're not, I guess these are the worst power supply cables I've seen before. I mean, these are the stock ones on the EVGA one. They're not as bad as some of the other ones, but I've got the custom SLIC cables that are coming for this and for this. And I do have one for the 8-pin up here, but it's pretty much secured in there. Actually, I could, as of right now, I could still take this out, this rad out if I needed to, but I don't really want to. I guess I will. We'll see. But all right, guys, I'm gonna, you know, set everything up, get the mixture going, get paper towels in here, and then I'll probably just show you. I'm not gonna talk over, but I'm gonna show you filling it up and see what happens if it. And wish me luck, guys. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, then hopefully nothing breaks. All right, guys, let's see how this goes. Well, look at that, guys. I didn't do me film, but I will film me doing the dive. But I filled the loop, got in the res. It's pumps flowing right now. So far so good. I don't see any leaks. I don't want to hook up the rest of the system for a little while until I know for a fact that it's not going to leak. But as far as I can tell, it looks pretty good. I'm kind of excited about it. I'm really happy. I don't feel any liquid of any sort dripping from any of the fit-ins or any of the radiators. When I got the paper towels, it kind of, you know, I could see clearly if any of these fittings were leaking. Pretty awesome. I'm really excited. I think I'm happy the first time I've done this and I didn't completely screw it up, which is pretty nice. I mean, my bends aren't perfect, I can tell you that much. I mean, they're definitely not perfect. Everything's not phenomenal, but, you know, granted, I think it looks good. I think, you know, it's nicer than what I had before, and honestly, I think it works. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna set up the camera. Let's see if I can set up the camera and aim you guys up a little bit because I want to put the dye in to the loop and see what happens. Because I got the purple dye. Hopefully I can do this. I don't know, I was debating on doing it with a funnel, but I think I can reach in there and drop it. What's up, guys? It's been a couple days since I recorded the last stuff for the computer build because I've been kind of messing with it. I think the last thing I recorded, actually I think I would have, in this video, I should have time-lapsed me putting the dye into the water loop and changing the color. Since then, I have basically been trying to get the computer up and running. It's been a bit of a pain in the ass. I had some issues. I turned it on the first time and I booted it up, and it booted into my old version of Windows that was on my other computer, which I didn't want it to do, and then for some reason after that it just had issues and I couldn't get it to install Windows. Like, I couldn't even get it to go in the BIOS. So after messing around, finally just took the battery out of the motherboard, left it unplugged, let it sit there for a while, came back, put it back together, booted into BIOS perfectly fine. Then I had some issues installing Windows. I think that was more a fault of my own, I didn't format my USB drive to install Windows right. But I got it there, got everything there. Now, the computer's up and running. I'm sure you can hear the fans. The computer's done and up and running. Well, it's not complete. So, let me just show you. I think it'll be... So there it is, in all of its glory. You can see it's, I've got the purple dye and I've got the motherboard. Everything runs and working perfectly. I'm up and running. I mean, this is probably terrible, but best wallpaper. I got everything matching right now. This isn't where it's gonna sit normally either. Actually, I kind of want it to because I just want to stare at it, but I had to push it back a little bit. But granted, so now it's done. Everything's together. It runs. I'm super happy with it. I haven't really tested too much. I've been really downloading apps. Actually, next thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna render this video that I'm talking in right now with this computer. So I guess after that, we'll see what happens. See how to do it. I mean, I'm happy with it. Definitely a couple other things I would like to change, but that'll come in due time. Well, first off, it's not done. I still gotta get my custom sleeve cables. These are only temporary. So this one and the 24 pin. So the PCIe and the 24 pin, those are only there temporarily just to have it run so I have a computer. Not that it really matters, and I can easily switch them out. This one's gonna be cake because it's literally right there, and that one, 24 pin's not gonna be too bad. I do have an 8 pin that's custom too, but I don't think I'm gonna switch it out because it's behind the radiator at this point and you're never gonna see it anyway. so I'm not going to go through the trouble. And I think that's about it. Now, I got everything installed. I activated my Windows. Now, I have overclocked some stuff. So actually, this motherboard, MSI has pretty easy you can overclock. I mean, I'm sure it's not the best overclock, but I have it up to a 4.2 gigahertz right now. Overclocked the processor, and then I have the 1080 overclocked a little bit. I'm not sure how stable it is because I've been trying to run Firestrike, and it keeps crashing the driver, so I may need to turn it down a bit. I don't know where the stability is with that. I've been kind of looking online to see what people have been getting, and so far, I tried to match that, but it's still not working, so maybe mine doesn't go. I figured it'd be pretty good. I mean, but either way, from what it was running Firestrike for a while before it crashed, and it was maxing out the load on the 1080, and the temperature maxed out at like 43 degrees Celsius. So, I mean, it's super cool compared to what it was. My old graphics cards, even the Gigabytes, the WindForce ones, they were well, I don't even know how they got really high, to be honest with you. But this just stays super cool. So I think that's awesome. I love the way it turned out. I can't wait to get the custom sleeve cables in there. The only things eventually, once I change the fluid again, I definitely want to rebend some of my tubes. I didn't have enough PETG to do it though. Granted, it doesn't look terrible, but I mean, this bend I would like to redo. I would like to. My main thing is this bend I did too short, so I had to switch these around. So I had to do an odd bend here, and I had to move this one to get it closer. I would much rather put this back to this port and have it longer, and then move this dude to a straight pipe there. This bend right here I think is going to stay. I actually like this one, the way it's set up, and this one's not too bad. It bowed out a little bit right there, but that's not too bad. Not as bad as that one bowed out the way, because that's just because it was such a weird bend. This one I don't hate. I would just much rather be longer. It's just this one I kind of scuffed up a little bit because this is the one I was really messing with to try to get it. Not too bad. But other than that, I think it looks awesome. Other thing, side note, I do want to get some LEDs. I'm going to get some LEDs and run them either here to here, all the way around here. I think I might go with the NZXT hue because I've seen a lot of good things about that, so I can get some more light in here, really make everything shiny. I mean, the motherboard is nice, but I think it'd be nice to have a little bit more in here. But I don't know. I think that's where I'm going to wrap this one up. This project is definitely not done yet. It's got a little bit to go. Got my custom sleeve cables. I got to do the LEDs. I'll order that stuff, and well, the sleeve cables are going to come, I'm hoping this week. I hope. I'm not going to guarantee that though, because I don't know. Because they're obviously being, the guy works on them, so I don't know how long it's going to take. In due time, I will order LEDs for this to hook those up, and some other stuff. I thought about getting some other fans. I thought about getting another 140 for the front, maybe even two of them that have the purple LEDs to have it shine through in the front. I don't know. I know Corsair makes that, so maybe I'm thinking about that. I've just got the one that came with the case in there, the 140, and then I put the other extra Varner in the back. But I'm extremely happy with it. A little bit. I had a couple of hiccups here and there. Nothing. I mean, nothing to do. I don't know why. But I mean, all the hardware works. The thing seems to be running great so far. So keep my fingers crossed. But I'm super happy with it. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, I definitely, there's still going to be a couple more videos. At least one more build update on this. Maybe a benchmarks video too. I'm thinking about doing that. Doing some benchmarks videos once I figure that all out. Never done it before, so that might be coming. No promises though. But either way, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm super excited. I got to render this video, see how the computer does that with Premiere and everything. Either way, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys liked the build. I hope you guys are enjoying all this stuff. And like down below if you do. Comment with some of your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Alright, guys, I'm getting out of here. Stay lucky.